It's a toxic bait and switch that is underway, and we will continue to push back forcefully.
But Donald Trump's favorability rating is actually higher than it ever was the first time around. Let me ask you, a recent poll by Marquette looked at several of the things that he has done or says that he is going to do, and 63% favor federal government's recognition of only two sexes, 60% favor deporting immigrants who entered the United States illegally, 60% favor expanding oil and gas production, 59% favor declaring an emergency at the southern border. Is there anything you are seeing that Trump is doing that you are in favor of, that you think is the right thing?
Let me say, as it relates to all of those issues, we're just at the beginning. And the core promise that Donald Trump made is that he's going to lower costs for everyday Americans. In fact, we were told that grocery prices would go down on day one, on January 20th. Costs aren't lower. In fact, costs are increasing. The price of eggs is skyrocketing out of control. Inflation is on the way up. That was the core promise that's been broken. With respect to immigration, listen, we have to secure the border. We have a broken immigration system, and we need to fix it in a comprehensive and bipartisan way. At the same period of time, as Democrats, we're going to protect dreamers, protect farm workers, and protect families who help our communities across the country thrive.
Democrats cannot serve two masters. Either you serve the interests of the American people or you serve the interests of foreigners. That's it. You have to pick a side, because at the end of the day, this double, we want to protect dreamers, a comprehensive border plan, whatever the hell that means. Like, no clarification what that means. What's a comprehensive border plan, right? Did you secure the border under Biden's administration? Nope. Did it last minute for the last year to try to get a bait and switch. Like, come on. Like, Democrats are, you guys can't. You can't trick the American people. The border would have cost out $10 billion, and it would have deterred some migrants from coming over here illegally. Instead, you went out of your way to go against Donald Trump's agenda, all this stuff, just so you can sit here and maintain 23 million illegals in the country, costing American taxpayers $150,000. $150 billion. My bad. I was giving y'all too much credit there. $150 billion a year to maintain illegals in the country. That's not too much money. But building a border wall for $10 billion was. Democrats are not making sense here. Let me get this straight. The Democrats are trying to convince us that all the richest men in the world and a billionaire who doesn't even take a presidential salary are trying to steal from us because they want checks, they want check notes for more money. Meanwhile, Democratic politicians who make six-figure salaries but have somehow accumulated millions that they don't want us investigating are really on our side. Makes perfect sense when you think about it. This is what many Americans are starting to notice about the Democratic Party. They sit here virtue signaling, saying that, oh my God, we're here for your interests, we're here to serve you. But really, what they're using is the problems to justify spending money, and somehow it funnels back to them. David Hogg under fire from fellow Democrats for using DNC contract lists to fundraise for personal PAC. I'm telling you, these people want you to vote them into power, and they believe they should rule over you. And the Democrats, they're not seeing the problem that Americans are noticing about them.
We wanted to have you on because you do a lot of focus groups. You really get behind the numbers, the poll numbers, to the sentiments of voters. And it's so interesting. You've been speaking with a number of voters who were Hillary Clinton 2016, Joe Biden 2020, and then went for Trump in 2024. How are these folks seeing the early days of Trump's second term?
Pretty well.
Really?
And they're reacting to it because they love the pace of change. They were very fed up over the last 4 years. They wanted action. They wanted results. They looked at prices. They looked at affordability, looked at immigration, and they didn't see anything happening. They still don't like what he says, but they like what he does. And these are Democrats now who felt that they were not securing the border. They were doing nothing to prevent illegal immigration, that nothing was actually happening. They wanted to see a reduction in wasteful Washington spending, and they're seeing that. So what they tell me is, I wish you'd be a little bit less rude. but at the same time, they like what he's doing. They believe he's serious about it. And for the first time, they have confidence in the future, which is why you now see some significant shifts in the polling about the expectations for the direction in the coming years.
It's a big wake-up call for Democrats.
I'm waiting for them to get a message. I'm waiting for them to unify and to understand that to oppose and to be the resistance, which is what some of them use that phrase, that's not what Democrats in grassroots areas want from them. They may not want the approach that Trump is doing, President Trump, by the way, I now know to say President Trump, but they do want action, and they don't see action from the Democrats.
Come on, Frank Lux. Democrats are doing actions. They're doing actions to restrict Trump. They're doing actions to Trump-proof their state. They're doing actions to stop ICE from deporting criminal illegals. The Democrats are doing action. They're not sitting here not doing anything. They are doing actions. Wherever they have power, they're making it harder for Trump to push an agenda that the American people wanted solved. That's the brand of the Democratic Party. And I'm tired of these hacks. Not hacks. He's not a hack, but maybe he is. Maybe he's. I don't know. But one thing I'm tired of is they don't like what he says. Are we children or are we adults? Let's be real here. Are we children or are we adults? Who give a damn what he says, how he speaks? I don't care if he's rude. Adults should care about the outcomes, the results. Shoot, we got mechanics that curse like a sailor. They talk in crude ways. You're not going to let him fix your car because you don't like how the way he speaks? Come on. We got to act like adults here, man. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this emotional stuff because we tried it the other way. We tried the guy that he wasn't rude, right? He spoke. We like what he said. That was Joe Biden in 2020. And look what it got you. Look what it got you. Look at the last 4 years. Look what it got you. More of the same. Like, come on. And this is what I'm saying. I'm tired of the optics. I'm tired of optics. Let's get some solutions. And the action that Donald Trump are taking, it got to a point that there's some people on CNN that said, is Doge moving too fast? No, they're not moving fast enough by some people's estimation. Taxpayers spend upwards of $500 billion in waste, fraud, and abuse each year, and Democrats think we should give a promotion to the people that allowed it. Democrats are a joke. Pete Buttigieg, if you want to cut waste, fraud, and abuse, you would empower the inspector generals. If you want more waste, fraud, and abuse, you would fire them. Yeah, okay. The mechanic that broke my car, I should pay him money to also fix my car. He's double dipping. Ridiculous. This is the Democrat. Hey, Democrats, y'all done. Y'all screwed, bro. Y'all screwed. I see no hope for y'all, honestly. I mean, you got Fetterman saying Musk shut down Fetterman over deep state Doge disinformation, right? Let's see the tweet. I want to save billions of your money and make our government more efficient. Rummaging through your personal ish is not that. A party of chaos loses always. Yeah, you're right, Fetterman. It's your party, right? Here's Musk's response. Bruh, if I wanted to rummage through personal ish, I could have done that at PayPal. Hello? Having tens of millions of people marked in Social Security as alive while they're definitely dead is a huge problem, obviously. Look, people over 100. There's 4 million of you guys out there? Damn. There's someone who's 200 years old? Damn, that man must have saw George Washington and back. That's crazy. Normal humans, Biden voters. 119 years old, 120. Oh, someone broke the record. Who's the longest living person? What was the record? I think it was like 180, 190. I don't remember. Someone can let me know in the comment section. The record for the longest living human being. I know it was like 150, 160. I don't remember. But America, we broke it a long time ago, according to Social Security. This is what Doge is trying to cut. And the reporters' lack of curiosity is really hurting their case when they're saying that they're supposed to be informing the American people. You got NBC News hacks blaming Trump and Musk for the Delta airline crash in Canada. These people just want to create, they just want to find something to blame Trump for to justify their opposition to him. When their only motive for opposition for Trump is because it's Trump. That's it. That's the brand the American people has cast on the Democratic Party. And this panel from Kevin O'Leary will perfectly encapsulate what exactly people want more from the Donald Trump administration and why the Democrats are not favorable right now because of the fact that they have not announced anything they agree with Donald Trump on. Okay, we agree with Donald Trump tackling this, when Obama would have agreed with what Donald Trump was doing. Make it make sense. Roll the clip.
I think the issue is they're not whacking enough. There's this concept in private equity when you get a bankrupt company and you go in there, you cut 20% more than your initial read. And then you find, like a pool of mercury, the organization gels back together again. Always cut deeper, harder when there's fat and waste. The FAA, it's not the people. The code is cobalt. It's from the 60s. It needs CapEx put into it for the technology to be upgraded to make it safer. Fat like a chicken. All of these agencies are like big fat chickens dripping over barbecues of fat. This is the best barbecue I've ever seen, but I don't think it's happening fast enough. They're not cutting enough. Keep slashing, keep hacking while you have a 24-month mandate before the midterms. Cut, more cutting. Believe me, it's going to work out just great. Everybody should be happy
people with the
about
nuclear
this.
codes, cut them too?
Cut everything. Because if you don't see what they're doing and they can't show you that they're adding value, you whack.
But it's clear.
Democrats want you to practice suicidal empathy, as according to Sad, evolutionary behavioral scientist. There's a point in history of society when it becomes so psychopathically soft and tender that, amongst other things, it sides even those who harm it, criminals, and does this quite seriously and honestly. Nietzsche on toxic empathy. That's what the Democratic Party represents right now. They want you to spend $150 billion for people who broke your laws, right? You got people with hotlines calling, hey, look, ICE is here, when ICE currently is prioritizing criminal illegals. You got people calling, and I show you clips when Holman found some of these criminal illegals. There were pedophiles. There were criminals wanted by Interpol, if you don't know what that means, international police. These dudes had rap sheets. But you got American voters, a.k.a. Democrats, with their suicidal empathy, trying to save them. For what? For what? My estimation, it's a political move. Hey, they know these guys, if they stay in the country long enough and they get citizenship, they're a Democratic voter. Democrats are like, Democrats first, America last. Every single time. 13 years ago, this is what Obama would have gladly worked with Doge. Well, he's not really saying anything against Doge. But now these same voters, these same Democratic voters, the same Democrats who vote Democrat every single year, every single time, no matter rain or shine, cold or heat, winter, summer, they're voting Democrat, no matter what. They voted for this at one point. And now they're getting some version of it, and they're rejecting it. Their politicians can't even agree to it when years ago, and then they're going to sit here and complain that the country has become more far right. No, the Democratic Party has become far left.
Budget reform is not an option. It's a necessity.
The American people are entitled to transparency.
We can't sustain a system that bleeds billions of taxpayer dollars on programs that have outlived their usefulness or exist solely because of the power of politicians.
That sounds reasonable, right? This is what American leftists, they made common sense right wing. And the fact that they can't agree with this just because Donald Trump is on that side, they don't want to be on the same side of Trump. They're cornering themselves.
Lobbyists or interest groups.
They're entitled to be able to figure out where their dollars are going, and they're entitled to accountability to make sure that we're using the dollars for what we said it was for.
We are going to go through our federal budget, as I promised during the campaign, page by page, line by line.
And the only difference is Donald Trump is taking massive actions to actually get this stuff cut, to the point where he has federal judges out here trying to block him. Judge Jack McConnell, who halted Trump's temporary spending freeze, received $128 million in government funding for his NGO, his non-government organization. Like what? Look what I'm telling you. Conflict of interest is obvious. Show me the incentive. I'll show you the outcome. Look at the motive. I didn't take none of his moral grandstand. Oh, we don't want to cause harm, irreparable harm with these freezes. Yeah, harm to you, and boom, he gets exposed, receiving $128 million to his organization, his non-government organization. And you're saying you're going against, like, make it make sense. Trump is moving so fast. Trump is actually doing actions. People feel like, yo, this man is really trying to get a lot of stuff done. And people are giving him the thumbs up to keep pushing forward. Some people are not saying he's not even going fast enough. And Democrats on CNN panels, liberals on CNN panels are trying to sit here and tell Donald Trump he needs to slow down. No, keep going. That's the mandate the American people is giving him. Keep going. Don't let Hakeem Jeffries here try to call you a far-right extremist. It ain't working no more. We know, hey, look, you only care about your interests. Far-right extremist just means someone who goes against the interests of the Democratic Party. Someone who doesn't just go along to get along with the Democratic agenda and all of a sudden they benefit. Oh, we want amnesty. Why you want amnesty? When Reagan gave amnesty to illegals in California became a deep blue state. They were like, oh, shoot. Imagine if we could do this across the country. And ever since then, they've been locked in on letting illegals come in here at any means possible, bending the rules to allow them in. And Americans realize that now, and they're like, oh, that's why I want them there. It's not because of some civil rights issue, not because you care about asylum seekers. You see these people as pawns to a political game of dominance. Oh, okay. You're only serving your own interests, not the American interests. And this is the branding that Americans are seeing and are casting on the Democratic Party. This is why any opposition they have to Trump, we always know it's political first.
This administration is making America weaker across the world and creating the space for people like China and Russia to step in while hurting everyday Americans. Captain Chaos and extreme MAGA Republicans spent last year promising to lower the high cost of living and running away from Project 2025 as if it didn't exist. They've spent this year implementing the most extreme parts of the Project 2025 agenda, which will hurt the American people.
One, when someone's speaking and they're trying to cast a narrative or whatever, I always ask, okay, did they give a specific? They didn't give a specific. Hey, go look at this, look at that. Don't you find that strange? Lincoln Riley, the Lincoln Riley Act, that was a mega extremist. Go look at the bill. Okay, hey, we want to secure our border. Hey, if you're here illegally and you get deported, you're gone forever. You're gonzo forever. If you commit a crime, any kind of crime, it's instant deportation. Because the situation that happened with Lincoln Riley was the illegal that killed Lincoln Riley, he committed a crime before in New York, and he was allowed to travel to where she was, I believe, in Georgia, and that's how she got killed. So to stop that, if you commit a crime as an illegal, you out instantly, on top of what you already broke. And Democrats are sitting here trying to say, oh, that's part of Project 2025. Shoot, if that's a part of Project 2025, the Democrats don't seem to understand trade-offs. Everyone knows, hey, maybe Trump will pass something I don't like. But if if 60% of what Donald Trump passes is what I agree with, he's a vote. He's a yes vote. Dunzo. Like this expectation of a perfect candidate, I hope it dies after Trump's term. I hope this concept of a perfect politician acting like he ain't doing nothing. He's damn near Jesus walking on water. This little pretend optics game that politicians like to play, like they're not human like us, like they don't make mistakes. I hope that dies after Trump's second term, because it's people who pretend that they're perfect who will be the worst ones in life. But I digress.
While doing nothing, not a single thing, not a single bill, not a single idea, not a single plan to lower the high cost of living. In fact, the cost of groceries is going up.
Based on the snapshot in history, based on your guys' administration. and you're trying to blame it on Trump. See, it's political. It's political. Everyone knows. Everyone knows this about the Democratic Party. They only look out for themselves. Even if it's at the expense of the American people. Y'all want Trump to slow down when Americans want him to go even more. Y'all protecting illegals, saying that it's a civil crime. You shouldn't be able to deport these people for what? Everyone knows why you want them here.
Let me just, to be fair, she said that
public safety threats escaping.
She said that she is just offering civil education and that you might be, quote, vaguely familiar with the U.S. immigration law, but that she's just doing what she needs to do to remind people of the statute.
Vaguely aware of immigration law. I've done this since 1984. I forgot more about the immigration law than AOC will ever know. Matter of fact, the hearing a couple years ago, I had explained to her that entering the country illegally was actually a crime. So, you know, I'm not going to play that game with her. I simply made a statement. When you sit down with people who are wanted by us, criminal aliens that have been ordered to be deported from the United States government, and ignore that order, if you and I ignored that order, we'd be sitting in prison. But they ignored an order from a federal judge. They're hiding in a home, and she's telling them not to open the door. Now, I'm not saying that's illegal. What I'm saying is, I asked the Attorney General, at what point is it impeding and what point is it not impeding? So I'm simply, as a board czar, asking the Office of the Attorney General, where does it draw the line? So we make sure we give ICE agents the proper standard when they go to these homes. They don't open the door. At what point can you open the door? At what point can't you open the door? Mm-hmm. So we just want to be sure that ICE officers are doing the right thing. So this is about talking to Attorney General, because every Attorney General interprets things different. What is your interpretation of impeding? Where's that line at? I think it's a responsible thing to do as the borders are of the United States, to make sure the men and women of ICE understand what they can and can't do.
Exactly. And as you see, Democrats are just they just try to create justification. They're trying to latch on to anything to go against Trump. It's so funny, right? Democrats praise, like this is how I know Democrats are out of touch. I want to play you this quick. I know there's a lot of clips today, but I think it's important to give you guys a holistic picture. Democrats praise Mitch McConnell for going against Trump and not voting in I think RFK, Tulsi Gabbard. I think he voted no on both of them. Democrats praise it as, oh my God, Mitch McConnell has the spine to stand up to Trump. Look at his approval ratings compared to Trump. Trump is destroying him, destroying this guy in the poll, in the approval ratings. By what, 74? 75? 75 points? Molly-whopping Mitch McConnell in the conservative movement. Conservatives don't want this. Conservatives got Trump elected. Independents got Trump elected. If we wanted more Mitch McConnell types, Nikki Haley would have won the primary.
A little bit about Mitch McConnell and the chance he's going to become a folk hero. It ain't going to likely happen. Because I want you to look at his net approval ratings. He is underwater with everybody. He has got the ultimate, or some might say, sad trifecta of being underwater overall. Minus 39 points. 39 percentage points more of the electorate disapproves than approves of the jobs that he has done. How about Democrats? He's 58 points underwater. My goodness gracious, the chance that...
And imagine, y'all praise, oh my God, Mitch McConnell had the spine to stand up to him. Mitch McConnell's about to retire soon. There's no cost to him going against Trump. But these Democrats on CNN are praising Mitch McConnell. Oh, he voted no against Tulsi. Voted no against RFK. He had nothing to lose. But y'all still don't like him.
That all of a sudden, just because he cast 3 votes against Trump, that he'd somehow become a folk hero with them is absolutely, frankly, insane. And then with the Republicans, of course, he's gone up against Trump before, and that's why he's 17 points underwater with Republicans. When you're underwater with Democrats, Republicans, and overall, the chance that you're going to become a folk hero, it seems rather low to me, Paula.
It does indeed.
Y'all either get in line, help this man out, show that you can work with him, or else we'll give Republicans more. That's how I see it. That's my calculus. In 2026, I'm evaluating the Democrats as much as I'm evaluating the Republicans. If I see anyone go against Donald Trump's agenda, because that's what I want to cut down the waste, fraud, and abuse in the government. I want to unleash more of our tax dollars so it can go somewhere else. Opportunity cost. That's a concept that Democrats need to understand. Opportunity cost. Where that money could have went if it wasn't wasted, abused, or laundered, it seems like, with the judge that getting $125 million. We could have done something else with that $125 million. Opportunity cost. This is why people wanted the government to be ran like a business. And American leftists sit here and try to pretend that the government can't be run like a business. Get out of here. They want to make fun of capitalists. They want to call capitalists pigs, but capitalists knows how to manage their resources a lot better than any socialist can. All you got to do is compare NASA versus SpaceX, and it proves my point conclusively. But I digress. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What you think about Hakeem Jeffries out here struggling to put up a message, Democrats struggling to put up a message against Donald Trump's popular mandate. Everything Donald Trump's doing is popular. And Democrats are just reflectively going against him because it's Donald Trump, and they're looking real sad here. That's all I'm trying to say. But let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you guys watching the end of the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.